Now in this class, I am going to discuss the GATE previous year questions. Please watch my previous videos to understand the concepts. Now read the question on screen. Sixth question. This is GATE 2007 question given for 2 marks. Very interesting question. Sixth question. A building has to maintain 21 degrees centigrade, that is dry bulb temperature, and 14.5 degrees centigrade wet bulb temperature. I will explain why he given dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature. The dew point temperature under this condition is 10.17 degrees centigrade. That outside temperature is minus 23 degrees centigrade. Internal and external heat transfer coefficient 8 and 23 watt per meter square Kelvin respectively. If the building has thermal conductivity of 1.2 watt per meter Kelvin, full stop, the thickness of wall required to prevent condensation in meters. See, first of all, what is meant by dew point temperature? It is a temperature where the condensation begins. If the room temperature is less than 10.17, the slowly water droplets will be formed on the surface of the wall. If the dew point temperature is given 10.17. If the wall temperature is less than 10.17, then condensation starts. Now we have to design the wall in such a manner to avoid condensation. Now we have to find out the thickness of the wall. And dry bulb temperature. Dry bulb temperature is simply calculated with a thermometer. And wet bulb temperature is calculated whose thermometer bulb is covered with a wet cloth. Okay. The temperature is calculated by thermometer whose bulb is covered with wet cloth. Okay, when the bulb is covered with wet cloth, definitely the temperature is less than the dry bulb temperature. But sir, why he is given wet bulb temperature? Simply the difference between dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature shows the humidity percentage in the room. And this concept I will clearly explain in psychrometry. Okay. Now draw the layout of wall of the building. Now let us say this is the thickness of wall. Okay. Now inside room temperature is 21 degree centigrade and outside temperature is minus 23 degrees centigrade. The outside convective heat transfer coefficient is 23 watt per meter square Kelvin and inside convective heat transfer coefficient is 8 watt per meter square Kelvin. Take this inside temperature as Ti and inside surface wall temperature as T1 and this is T2 and outside temperature as T0. The outside temperature is minus 23 degree centigrade and thermal conductivity of wall is given 1.2 watt per meter Kelvin. Now to avoid condensation, assume T1 is equal to 10.17 degrees centigrade. Okay. If the wall temperature is less than 10.17 degrees centigrade, what happens? Condensation will begins. So take the wall temperature is 10.17 degrees centigrade so that we prevent condensation. Okay. If the temperature of the wall reduces below the 10.7, then only the condensation will starts. Okay. Now assume inside wall temperature as 10.17 degree centigrade. Now we have to calculate the thickness of the wall. Now how to calculate? Now from Ti to T1, the type of resistance is from fluid to solid surface. It is convection heat transfer. The type of resistance is convective resistance. Take Ri. Now from T1 to T2, it is solid object. The mode of heat transfer is conduction. Then the type of resistance is conductive resistance. Next, from T2 to T0, from solid surface to fluid medium, mode of heat transfer is convection. Type of resistance is convective resistance. Now take delta T equal to Q or total resistance. This is the formula we know. Now take delta T as Ti minus T0 is equal to Q. Here what is Q? Rate of heat transfer. The heat transfer per unit time. For 1 second, the amount of heat transferred from Ti to T0. Okay. For example, from Ti to T0, the heat transfer per second is 100 joule per second. From Ti to T0. What is the value of Q? For example, assume Q is equal to 100 joule per second. From Ti to T0. Per 1 second, at instant. If Ti to T0, the rate of heat transfer is 100 joule per second. Therefore, from Ti to T1, the rate of heat transfer is same. For example, here you are receiving how much heat transfer? 100 joule per second. Okay. Now, exactly at this point, what is the rate of heat transfer? Per second, here also same, 100 joule per second. If you want to receive 100 joule per second at T0, then definitely at this point, the amount of heat transfer must and should be 100 joule per second. Then only you will receive 100 joule per second at T0. Hope you understood. Now what are the resistances in between Ti and T0? Ri plus R1 plus R0. Okay. Now Ti minus T0 divided by Ri plus R1 plus R0 equal to Q. Make this as equation 1. Now again, take delta T equal to QR. Now in this case, take delta T as Ti minus T1. Ti minus T1. Why I am taking Ti minus T1? Because we know Ti as 21 degree centigrade and T1 as 10.16. Known values is equal to Q into, now what is the resistance in between Ti and T1? Only Ri. Okay. Now Ti minus T1 divided by Ri is equal to Q. Make this as equation 2. Now this is equation 1. Now can I equate 1 and 2? The rate of heat transfer is same in both cases, as I said now. Now by equating 1 and 2, now what is the 1? Ti minus T0 divided by, now write down the equations, convective resistance formula, 1 divided by Hi into area, H suffix I into area plus R1. R1 is conductive resistance. What is the formula? L by K into area plus R0. What is R0? Convective resistance, 1 divided by H0 into area. If area is not given, take per unit area is equal to, what is equation 2? Ti minus T1 divided by Ri. What is Ri? 1 divided by HI into area. Now substitute the values and find out the L value, and remaining all values are known. Now what is Ti? 21 degrees centigrade minus T naught. What is it? Minus 23 divided by 1 divided by HI is 8 into 1 plus L we have to find out. K 1.2 into 1 plus 1 divided by H naught is 23 watt per meter square Kelvin 1 is equal to Ti is 21 minus T1 is 10.17 divided by 1 divided by HI. HI is 8 into 1. Now by doing simplification, the L value is 0.407 meter. Hope you understood. Now see the next question, 7th one. This is GATE 2005, given for 2 marks. Very simple question. Heat flows through a composite slab as shown in figure. The depth of the slab is 1 meter. The K values in watt per meter Kelvin. The overall thermal resistance, we have to find out total resistance. Simple question. Now draw the diagram. This is the first slab. K1 is equal to 0.02 watt per meter Kelvin. Say this is first slab, this is second, and this is third. Now K2 is equal to 0.10, K3 is equal to 0.04 watt per meter Kelvin, and the second slab depth is 0.5 meter, and total it is 1 meter. Here the thickness of the first slab is 0.5 meter, and the thickness of both second and third slab is 0.25 meter. Okay, this is the given data. Now we have to calculate total resistance. Now draw a diagram. Say this is T1, this is T2, this is T3. Okay, now from T1 to T2 in first say R1 in first slab, the resistance. Now what type of resistance in first slab? It is solid object. Obviously it is conductive resistance. Now from T2 to T3 we have 2 slabs in parallel. Now resistance offered by the second material is R2 and resistance offered by the third material is R3. Now R2 and R3 are in parallel. Okay, now we have to find out. Now modify this diagram as R1 and this is RP, and T3, T2, this is T1. Now total resistance is equal to R1 plus RP. Now how to find out RP? Now we have a formula, R2 into R3 divided by R2 plus R3. Now first find out R2. R2 is conductive resistance. What is the formula? L2 by K2 into area. Now what is L2? The thickness of the second slab, that is 0.25 divided by thermal conductivity of second slab is 0.1 into what is the area? 0.5 into 1. Okay, depth is given 1 meter. Now therefore R2 is equal to 5. Now calculate R3. R3 is equal to L3 by K3 into area. Now what is L3? L3 is also same. 0.25 divided by thermal conductivity of the odd material is 0.04 into 0.5 into 1. Therefore, R3 is equal to 12.5 Kelvin per watt. Now find out Rp. Rp is equal to 5 into 12.5 divided by 5 plus 12.5. Therefore, the Rp value is 3.571. Now, calculate R1 also. R1 is L1 by K1 into area. Now, what is L1? Okay, A1. What is L1? 0.5 divided by K1. Thermal conductivity of first metal is 0.02 into, what is the height? 1 meter, and depth is also 1. Therefore, R1 is equal to 25 Kelvin per watt. Now we have to find out the total resistance. Total resistance is equal to R1 plus Rp. Therefore, RT is equal to 25 plus 3.571. Therefore, RT is equal to 28.6 approximately Kelvin per watt units. See how simple is this question, given for 2 marks. Right. See the next question, 8th question. For a 3-dimensional object in figure, 5 faces are insulated and the 6th face PQRS, which is not insulated, and interact thermally with the ambient air at 30 degree centigrade. The air is at 30 degree centigrade, having heat transfer coefficient 10 watt per meter square Kelvin. Heat is uniformly generated inside the object at the rate of 100 watt per meter cube. Assume phase PQRS to be at uniform temperature. Its steady state temperature is dash. Now we have to find out the PQRS plane temperature. So this is a diagram. Okay, now I am assuming right side as PQRS. Now all the other 5 faces are insulated and PQRS plane is not insulated. Okay, now it is thermally contact with the air. The air is at a temperature of 30 degree centigrade and convective heat transfer coefficient 10 watt per meter square Kelvin. Now there is a heat generation in the plane and given height. So now we have to find out the surface temperature of the PQRS plane. The height is 2 meter. Now calculate surface temperature of the plane PQRS. Now how to calculate? Now the thickness of wall is 1 meter and this is 1.5 meter. Right. As the all other 5 faces are insulated, there is no heat transfer from all other faces. There is only heat transfer from PQRS plane. So the amount of heat generated inside the body, that should be convected to the air. Yes. Now the rate of heat generation in this body is equal to heat convected to the air medium. The rate of heat generation in the body is equal to the rate of heat transferred in the mode of convection to the air medium. Yes or no? Now, capital QG can be written as small qg into volume. And what is the convection formula? H area into delta T. That is Ts minus T infinity. See how simple it is. Qg is given. The rate of heat generation is 100 watt per meter cube. Now what is the volume? 1 meter into 1.5 into height 2 is equal to, H is given 10 watt per meter square Kelvin. Now what is the convected area? Heat is transferring through PQRS. Now we have to calculate this area. Now what is the height? 2 meter and 1.5. 2 into 1.5. Ts we have to find out, and T infinity is 30 degree centigrade. Okay. Now by calculating, the surface temperature Ts is equal to 40 degree centigrade. Hope you understood. Now see the 9th question. On a steady state condition, determine the rate of heat transfer and overall heat transfer coefficient. Now this is inside a room and this is outside. Outside room temperature, for example, assume it is a winter season. Outside temperature as minus 10 degree centigrade and inside the room temperature as 20 degree centigrade. We know that heat transfer takes place from higher temperature region to lower temperature, that is 20 to minus 10. And assume this is a double window glass which is having a height of 0.8 meter and width 1.5 meter, and the two glass layer thickness are 4 mm, and in between air is a stationary air. Now make a correction in question. It is stationary air. When the air is stationary, then the mode of heat transfer is known as convection. Okay, already I explained. Whatever the medium may be, if the medium is stationary, then the mode of heat transfer is convection. Clearly he mentioned that there is a stationary air in between two glass layers. When air is stationary, then the mode of heat transfer is convection. That's why he given thermal conductivity of air. Hope you understood. Now say this is T1 and this is T2, this is T3, T4 and TP. Now write down delta T equal to QR. Now take delta T as TA minus TB, known temperature simply. Now TA, T1 to T2. Now from TA to T1, from fluid medium to solid surface, the mode of heat transfer is convection. Then the type of resistance is convective resistance. Now from T1 to T2, it is conductive resistance R1. From T2 to T3, this is also conductive resistance, as it is fluid, but the resistance is conductive resistance because the fluid is stationary. When the fluid is stationary, then the mode of heat transfer is known as convection. R2. From T3 to T4, glass solid object, type of resistance is conductive resistance. Now T3 to TB, T4 to TB, from solid surface to air medium. Mode of heat transfer is convection and type of resistance is convective resistance. Now what is the formula for convective resistance? 1 divided by HA into area. Now what is the area here? Area is equal to 1.5 into 0.8. Now R1 is L1, this is L2 and this is L3. Now what is L1? So okay, R1 is L1 by K1 into A. R2 is L2 by K2 into A. Conductive resistance formula L by Ka. R3 is L3 by K3 into A. RB is convective resistance. Convective resistance formula 1 divided by H suffix B into A. Now write down delta T equal to Q into total resistance. Now what is delta T? TA minus TB is equal to Q. We have to find out RT. What is RT? RA plus R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus RB now what is TA? Now substitute the all values here. TA is 20 minus of 10 is equal to Q. We have to find out. Now in place of RA, 1 by H suffix A. 1 divided by, what is HA? 10 into area. What is area? 1.5 into 0.8 plus L1. What is L1? 4 mm. Convert in meters. 4 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by thermal conductivity of glass layer K1, 0.78 into area. That is 1.5 into 0.8 plus R2. What is R2? Resistance offered by the stationary air. That is L2, 10 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by 0.026 into 1.5 into 0.8 plus 4 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by 0.78 into 1.5 into 0.8 R3 over and last RB plus RB. RB is convective resistance. What is the formula? 1 divided by H suffix B. What is H suffix B? 40 into 1.5 into 0.8. Okay. Now by doing simplification, the rate of heat transfer for this composite slab is 69.2 watts. And how to calculate overall heat transfer coefficient? We have a formula Q is equal to UA delta T. Now what is Q here? 69.2. U we have to find out. What is the area? 1.5 into 0.8 and delta T is 30. Therefore, the U value is 1.924 watt per meter square Kelvin. Now, hope you understood this question. Okay, now see the 10th question. A composite wall consists of 10 centimeter layer of brick having thermal conductivity 0.7 watt per meter Kelvin and 3 centimeter thick plaster having thermal conductivity 0.5 watt per meter Kelvin and insulation material of thermal conductivity 0.08 watt per meter Kelvin is to be added to reduce the rate of heat transfer by 70%. Determine the thickness of insulating layer. Take constant inner and outer temperature of the composite slab after insulation. That is, delta T is same in both cases. Now in this question we have to take two cases. Case 1 is without insulation, case 2 is with insulation. Now in case 1, the wall having brick and plaster. Okay, The brick thermal conductivity, say K1 is equal to 0.7 watt per meter Kelvin, and plaster thermal conductivity K2 is equal to 0.5 watt per meter Kelvin, and the brick having 10 centimeter thickness and the plaster having 3 centimeter thickness. Now say this is T1 and T2. So assume this is heat transfer direction. Now we have to calculate. After adding insulation, the heat transfer reduced by 70%. Now take second case, case 2. In case 2, we have brick, plaster and insulation. This is plaster and this is brick. The insulation thermal conductivity, say K3, is given 0.08 watt per meter Kelvin, and thickness we have to find out. Take it as L3. Now we have to find out the thickness of insulation. Now say this is Q1. What is Q1? The rate of heat transfer in case 1. Now by adding an insulation for the same case, the heat transfer is reduced by 70%. If heat transfer is reduced by 70% means, can I say Q2 is equal to 0.3 into Q1. 70% is reduced. Now what is the amount of heat is transferring? 0.3 of 30% of Q1. Okay. Now the same thickness, 10 centimeter brick thickness, plaster 3 centimeter and same thermal conductivity. Okay. Assume delta T is same in both cases. Now we know the equation delta T equal to Q into R. Delta T is equal to Q. What is Q here? Q1. Now what are the resistances from T1 to T2? L1 by K1 into A plus L2 by, say this is L2 and this is L1. L2 by K2 into A. Therefore, Q1 into, now what is L1? L1 is 10 into 10 centimeter, convert in meter, 10 into 10 to the power of minus 2 divided by 0.7 into, take per unit area A, 1 meter square plus 3 into 10 to the power of minus 2 divided by thermal conductivity of plaster 0.5 into 1. Now make this as equation 1. Now in second case, write down delta T equal to QR. Here Q is Q2. Now delta T. Now what is Q2? 0.3 Q1. Now what are the resistances? Say this is R1, R2, R3. This is R1, R2. Now what is the brick resistance? L1 by K1 into area. That is 10 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by, write on same one, 0.7 into area 1 plus 3 into 10 to the power of, sorry, here minus 2, 3 into 10 to the power of minus 2 divided by, what is thermal conductivity? 0.5 into 1 plus resistance offered by the insulation material, that is L3 we have to find out, divided by K3. What is K3? 0.08 into 1. Now make this as equation 2 by equating 1 and 2. Now equate both 1 and 2. Here Q1 cancel. Now by doing calculation, L3 is equal to 0.037 meter, that is 3.7 centimeter. Okay, hope you understood. Now see the 11th question. One-dimensional steady-state heat conduction takes place through a solid whose cross-sectional area varies linearly in the direction of heat transfer. Assume there is no heat generation in the solid and the thermal conductivity of material is constant and independent of temperature, right? The temperature distribution in the solid is linear, quadratic, logarithmic or exponential. Now let us find out. Very, very interesting question. This is GATE 2019 question in set 2 1 mark. Now, how to find out the temperature distribution in the solid? He said that clearly he mentioned area. Area is varying linearly. So the straight line equation A plus Bx. Now, one-dimensional steady-state heat conduction takes place through a solid. That is a conduction heat transfer. We know that energy balance equation Q in minus Q out plus Qg is equal to Q stored. Okay, as we seen in first class or second class, the differential equation of conduction. While we deriving the differential equation of conduction, we have taken energy balance equation. Now in this case, the steady state, when steady state Q stored is equal to 0 and there is no heat generation. Now one-dimensional heat transfer. Let us assume heat is transferring in x direction. Take Qx minus Q out. Q out can be written as Qx plus dx. Okay, is equal to 0. Therefore, Qx from Taylor's expansion series. From Taylor's expansion series. Qx plus dx can be written as Qx plus dou by dou x into Qx dx is equal to 0. Here Qx cancel, minus dou by dou x Qx into dx is equal to 0. Now minus dou by dou x, Qx can be written as minus k a dou t by dou x into, send dx to the right hand side, it will become 0, is equal to 0. Now dou by dou x k a dou t by dou x is equal to 0. Now integrate on both sides. Now integration definition cancel. K a dou t by dou x is equal to C1. Now dou t by dou x is equal to C1 1 divided by k into a. And this can be written as dt by dx. dt is equal to C1 by k. Here a is variable, 1 divided by a into dx. Therefore, now integrate on both sides. Here t equal to C1 by K1. Now integration of 1 by a, ln a. In place of here I don't, a plus bx plus C2. Therefore, by seeing this equation, we can say the temperature distribution function in this case is logarithmic in nature. The temperature distribution is logarithmic in nature. Okay, hope we understood. Now see the 13th question, GATE 2004, given for I think 2 marks. A stainless steel tube, thermal conductivity 19 watt per meter Kelvin of 2 centimeter inner dia and 5 centimeter outer dia, is insulated with 3 centimeter thick asbestos of thermal conductivity is 0.2 watt per meter Kelvin if the temperature difference between innermost and outermost surface is 600 degrees centigrade. Calculate the rate of heat transfer per unit length is dash. Simple question. Okay. Now it is a steel tube, stainless steel tube. The inner diameter, I think inner diameter is 2 centimeter. Therefore, R1 is 1 centimeter, inner radius, and outer radius is given 5 centimeter. Diameter is given 5 centimeter and radius is 2.5 centimeter. And this is insulated with asbestos material with a thickness of 3 centimeter. He said that thickness, this is the thickness 3 centimeter. Now, what is the radius of asbestos? R3 is equal to 2.5 plus 3 centimeter, that is 5.5 centimeter. Now the temperature difference between innermost say T1 and outermost is T3. So T1 minus T3 is equal to 600 degree centigrade. Now over. From T1 to, let us say at R2 temperature T2. From T1 to T2, the mode of resistance is conductive resistance because it is solid object. From T2 to T3, R2. R2 is also conductive resistance. Now take delta T equal to QR. Now what is delta T? T1 minus T3 is equal to Q into, now what are the resistances? R1 plus R2. The stainless steel tube is in cylindrical shape. The conductive resistance in cylinder, what is the formula? Ln R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi KL. Now what is the thermal conductivity of steel? Say K1. K1 is equal to 19 watt per meter Kelvin. And thermal conductivity of asbestos is given 0.2 watt per meter Kelvin. Now, therefore, T1 minus T3 Q into, now what is the conductive resistance of cylinder? Ln R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi KL. Plus, what is R2? Ln R3 by R2 divided by 2 pi K2 into L. Here K1. Now take common L. That is, we have to find out the rate of heat transfer per unit length. Now substitute all values. T1 and minus T3 is 600 degrees centigrade. Q by L we have to find out. Now Ln, what is R2? (2.5) divided by 1 divided by 2 pi K1. What is K1? 19 watt per meter Kelvin plus Ln. What is R3? 5.5 centimeter divided by 2.5 divided by 2 pi K2. What is K2? 0.2. Thermal conductivity of asbestos. Here no need to convert in meter, because if you convert into 10 to the power of minus 2 and denominator also into 10 to the power of minus 2, it will be cancelled, right? Therefore, the heat transfer per unit length is 944.71 watt per meter. Hope you understood. Now please like, comment, share this channel to every engineering student.